Hey guys, it's Peggy Dean, and in this video I am going to show you how to quickly create a color palette that's custom to your liking in Procreate app for the iPad. And to do this, although you can select from the color disc, I actually like to grab sources externally, specifically from floral arrangements. You can find some really great hues, tones that you may not have otherwise thought of to use in your color palette. So to do that, there's a couple ways. You can Google search flowers. You can head over to sites that offer free images like Unsplash or Pixabay. I'm actually just going to open Pinterest and search flowers. And then you can see that you have a bunch of options that come up. You know, keep in mind, even though you have a lot of vibrant colors in images like this, it is, there's a lighting effect applied to this, so the colors that you actually pull from them will be significantly darker than what we know the colors actually are. So if you want realistic colors, you're gonna want to grab some that are more vibrant like this. I've got a great board on Pinterest for flowers. I've linked it below, so you can grab some images that I have saved on my flower Pinterest, and then you can just click on one of these, easily screenshot it, and then head over to, I'm gonna crop this so it's not so big when I actually put it in to Procreate. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to Procreate, I'm gonna open a new canvas, I'm just gonna choose the screen size, and then I'm going to import this image by going to my wrench icon, which is my tools, go to add, insert a photo, and then I can just grab that, and then I'm just going to move it on over here. So now I'm gonna go to my color icon here, which is this circle on the top, and you can see that Procreate has its own color palettes here, and then you can create your own. This is a new iPad for me, so I don't have very many color palettes on here already, which is what prompted this video, because I figured now's the perfect time to show you when I actually have to do it myself. So you can go to, you're probably gonna be on your color wheel when you first open it up, but if you click this bottom right icon, it's palettes. And then there's this little plus sign at the top, and then you have your own palette untitled here, and you can say default, go to disk, and then this area here, they're actually tiny little boxes, and that's where you can drop your colors. So if I hold this square on my slider on the left, I can hold it down and hover, and you can see that the bottom color of this circle that I'm on is the current color that's selected up here. The one that's on the top is the one that I'm hovering over. So you can see exactly what color that's going to be as you scan through this. So when you find a color that you like, just release it, and then it pops up, and that's your selected color. So another way to do this, where you don't have to hold it down, you can just press it, and then as soon as you let go, it will grab the color. And then when you do this, keep in mind that there are so many tones in each flower. So really find those vibrant ones if you want vibrant, and then click on the color icon, and then all you have to do is touch one of the squares, and then it shows up there. So I'm gonna do this a few times and find the warm colors that I want, and I'm just gonna press it down. In the event that you accidentally press 2, all that you have to do is hold it down for a second, and delete option comes up, press delete, and then they're gone. So I'm going to grab some more here, and then you can arrange them on your palette however you want to. When I'm doing this in the very beginning, I like to grab all of my colors first, because I don't know what color families I'm gonna want, so I might grab more blues than expected. So I'll grab all of those first. Oops, that's not what I wanted. And then once I grab those, I can rearrange them. Also, these neutrals are great to grab as well, because it's going to be a little different than, it's gonna break up white. So see, this is a nice creamy color. I'm gonna drop that in. So those, make sure to pay attention to those also. So this is a really, really colorful palette. Some of them won't look this colorful. Okay, so that looks fine for now. So what I'm gonna do is actually arrange these how I want them on my palette, so I can just drag and drop. And I like to start from the left. If you start over here and then push it here, sometimes the colors will do weird things and it doesn't totally make sense. So I start on the left and then kind of build outwards. So I'm starting with my warm color. See how that just moved over? I don't know why that does that, but I find that it is easier to start at the left. So you're gonna drag those, drop them. I start with my warm colors and then move into kind of color groupings. And you can also drag something like, let's say you want your greens separate, totally separate, or your neutrals totally separate. You can drag them to the other side. See what I mean? It's weird. And then build from there, and then you can add more colors that make sense in this grouping. So it doesn't look all, this will be more like your contrast colors or your accent colors, and this is your primary. I'm gonna show you one more because I wanna focus more on the muted colors, like a muted palette. So I'm not on my board anymore, but this one might be a really good example because you have a lot of warm red and pink tones. So I'm gonna grab that, crop just what I want here, and then go back to Procreate, whoops, insert the photo, move that over, and now I'm gonna create a new palette. So I'm gonna go over here, palettes, select a new one. You can also rename palettes. So this one, I'm just going to click on the untitled palette, and then I'm just gonna name it Bouquet 1 for now. Okay, so that's done. That is its own palette. I'm gonna default this new one that I created, go to disk, and now I'm gonna do the same thing and grab from these colors. So you have a lot of really pretty pinks, a lot of pretty reds. These colors in here that are really dark, they're a really pretty plum color. So those are some that you might have not necessarily thought to grab. Like, it's really deep, almost black, but it has a purple hue to it. So see how that's gonna create a really unique palette. And then I've got some ivory I wanna grab in there. Because this is one of those images that's a little more moody, the colors are a little different than what we are assuming these colors, you know, when you look at flowers, you assume you know exactly what colors are going on, but because it's a little more moody, you have some tones that are a nice surprise. So see what I mean? That's an awesome like mauve, maroon, burgundy-ish palette. And then if you want some of these greens, you can just throw them to the side over here like we did on the previous one. And save those. I might want, there we go. So just like that. So that is all you have to do. And then when you're ready to use the colors on your palette, you'll just click it and then you're ready to create. So if you guys like this video, please be sure to thumbs up and subscribe. I love creating this content for you, and I will see you next time.